All right, so this movie was probably much anticipated. Well, clearly was much anticipated
for the last 10 years.
Yeah, like they've been building to this, and then a lot of people. There's been two so far up until this one. Look forward to the Avengers movies, and this one came.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of fans came too.
A lot of fans did come watching.
Yeah. So, Rick, I mean, again, you're the more expert of the two of us. So, hit us with it.
All right. So, going into this movie,
are we gonna start off like non-spoiler? Let's just be fair and start off non-spoiler, and then throw up spoilers, because it looks like this IKI guy has not seen the movie. But I don't know.
Okay, we'll do a little non-spoiler here. The movie was...
or lady, sorry.
Or lady, yeah, sorry. My bad.
No, he doesn't care. But anyways, we're still just going to do that for the sake of the conversation. We'll start off with
okay, don't care.
Then we're going to spoil.
So yeah, I enjoyed the movie a lot. A lot. The movie did a very good job at balancing every character, which was a lot of people's issues. Like, how do you handle so many characters in one movie? Yeah, the movie was about, an hour 40 minutes long? An hour and 30 minutes long?
This movie?
This
movie was 2.5 hours long.
Oh.
As far as
was it 2.5 hours? Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. 2.5 hours long. It was a really good fucking movie, dude. Like, from the first Avengers to now, like, we're getting teased with Thanos all this time, and now we finally get him, you know? It pays off very well, in my opinion. They did a lot of things I didn't expect that they were actually going to do, for the most part. But then it doesn't really kind of surprise me because of the Time Stone, you know? Which kind of also kind of puts me in a situation where can all this just be undone once they defeat Thanos, you know? Like, it kind of then just kind of has no weight.
Well, let's not get too
deep.
But
I know I'm getting a little too deep here.
Like, you want to hear what I thought first?
Uh-huh.
Of the movie? I thought the movie was fucking fantastic. I don't think I made it a secret on here. I've come from being like, it was okay, to now I just don't think it's good. But Age of Ultron sucked. Like, I don't think that's a good movie. Avengers 2 to me is Civil War, and I've said that multiple times. So going into this, I don't know what I thought. Like, I don't know I didn't know what to think. I can't say I had the same anticipation as I did for Avengers 2, because I loved Avengers. I still remember you and I saw that in San Diego.
Oh, that's right, we did, yeah.
Really up close. Like, that was a fun day. But I love the original Avengers. This movie, in my opinion, easily met and exceeded Avengers, I think, in my opinion. Absolutely. Like, I think they hit a home run, they knocked it out of the park, and whatever other home run reference you want to use. But as I was sitting there watching this movie, and again, I'm somebody that doesn't have a huge comic background. Like, I don't know. I'm going to sound like an idiot. I'm going to ask questions that are stupid. But as somebody that, like, my gateway to this was Rick dragged me to see Thor, the original Thor. And I saw it. And I really liked it. I liked it a lot. Which has in turn really made me enjoy Thor as a character overall. Yeah. That brought me in, and then I think after Thor, one of the next things I saw was Avengers, honestly.
Was Thor after Avengers? Or before Avengers? I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think that was one of the next things I saw, because I think I might have... No, I think after seeing Thor, you might have made me watch Iron Man. No.
Well, you saw Iron Man.
I saw Iron Man, but I didn't really think much of it. So yeah, I think Avengers was my next exposure. Anyways, what I'm trying to get to is, I was watching this movie, I was sitting there thinking, like, man, like, this is like the comic movie. Like, this is like the superhero movie. You know, like, forget the chat.
No, I know, I'm listening.
I know. That's what I'm like, this is like the ultimate superhero comic movie. I'm sitting here as I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, like, whoever is like a hardcore fan of this stuff, they must just be, this is awesome. And the other thing that I said to myself, I'm like, wow, if there was a textbook definition of what a comic/superhero movie should be, this is it. So that's how I felt about it. I think it's that good. I can't stop thinking about it. I feel strongly about this movie as I did about Avengers, and I think I would argue I think it's. How could you not say it's better than Avengers? It's bigger. It has more of everything. This is the best one that they've come out with.
I agree with that. This is probably I think this is so far the best Marvel movie that has come out.
Yeah. And it's incredible because to me I thought Age of Ultron was such a miss. So for them to come out, that's my opinion. And not everyone's going to agree with that, but for me it was disappointing after seeing the first Avengers and like Age of Ultron was a little bit of a letdown. So for them to come out swinging like they did here and to nail it, and I think they fucking nailed it, I walked out super impressed.
Yeah. All these different characters in one movie, it just made sense on how they'd worked it all together. Everything connected, everything shifted where it needed to shift. I think some people, of course it was going to happen. Some people had more screen time than others. But it didn't, I don't think it hurt the movie in any way. Because it just made the movie flow more. It's kind of disappointing we didn't get Hawkeye and Ant-Man. But they're off fighting their own thing.
Well, isn't Hawkeye just kind of done? Didn't they kind of write him off in Age of Ultron? Because didn't he want to go home and rest and relax?
No, he came after Age of Ultron.
He came back?
No, are you talking about Ant-Man?
No.
His movie didn't come.
Nighthawk.
No, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Didn't he, you said...
Yeah, he was in Age of Ultron.
Oh, you were talking about Nighthawk. What
Hawkeye.
the fuck? Hawkeye. I got confused because you said, okay, he wouldn't appear though, right? Because he's done. Isn't he just done? That's why...
Yeah, he basically retired.
He's done. Yeah. Are you expecting him?
Well, a lot of people, it was like a joke because he wasn't in the poster.
Yeah, I saw that.
People were kind of expecting him to be in it. But yeah, he is supposed to be coming back.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Cheesy just said no, he's supposed to be a huge part with Ant-Man and Captain Marvel. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
But as someone that didn't know much, I wasn't expecting him. Although I kind of was. I was like, where is he at? And then Ant-Man, same deal. So,
yeah.
Well, we're talking about, why wasn't Ant-Man in this? Are they just trying not to completely blow their wad?
Well, remember Ant-Man is under house arrest?
Ew.
And Hawkeye, I think he's just kind of he's hanging out with Ant-Man.
Wait, when did Ant-Man go under house arrest?
In the movie.
He's been under house arrest.
Yeah. But anyways.
But he escaped. But he got out. I know.
Let's go on with the movie.
Okay.
Can
I tell you two big takeaways I had from this movie first?
Do it.
Before we get real into it. One of my favorite parts of many of my favorite parts of the movie had to have been gigantic Peter Dinklage. I was cracking up watching that.
A lot of people in my theater were cracking up too the first time I watched it, and I didn't get why.
Yeah, it's Peter Dinklage.
And then like halfway through, I'm like, holy fuck, that's Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking hilarious. Because it was awesome, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's totally as if Make-A-Wish granted a little person a dream, and their dream was, I want to be big, and so they granted them that. Granted him that in the movie, and here, you be in Avengers and we'll make you big. I thought that was fucking hilarious. My other thing is more of a hot take.
Okay.
I would say. And I bet people might not agree with me or get mad about this. And I had these feelings from the moment he came on screen. It has nothing to do with...
Okay.
It has nothing to do with, his actions in the movie. Star-Lord feels really out of place and unnecessary when put up next to all these other people. And I found myself looking at him and being like, I don't like your character. I don't want you here. I don't think you need to be here, especially when you're next to Thor. And then, Captain America's in this movie and you have Iron Man. Big picture, you take him out of his world.
He's just a man.
You take him completely out of his world.
Just a dude.
And I'm just like, dude, you don't need to be here. I just don't even... I disliked his character. And he came off to me as more annoying than funny or charming or anything. And that's how I felt. I was like, man, wow. And it's not even a Guardians thing. All the other Guardians people were fine.
Yeah.
But it was something about him.
I never thought about that.
It was something about him where I'm just like, dude, like, you just feel so unnecessary. And, you know, it's sometimes, it's kind of like you can line up a bunch of things and put them all in one spot. And right then you can almost see what's expendable. And to me, he's expendable.
Wow.
And I like the Guardians movies. And I like him in those movies. But taking him out of his world, his little bubble world or whatever, I just don't know how to feel.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say about that, but the way you kind of pointed it out, kind of like, well, how did I think about it?
I never...
Like, he kind of just fucked shit up at the last moment.
But again, he did that. That's why I prefaced it. So we're going to talk spoilers now, because we already...
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
We're in spoilers. I don't know if you want to put something up, or if it matters, whatever. It's fine. Do you want to put something up?
Should I put something? I should
just put it up just in case. I like... Because this will show up on the video, too. But yeah, that's why I prefaced before I said anything. It's got nothing to do with how he was kind of annoying in the movie and did fuck stuff up. It has more to do with like seeing him next to Thor and interacting with Tony Stark. I'm just kind of like, what are you doing? Like, what do you have to offer? And I heard what you said. You said that that's kind of what he's there for. But I don't know. Just personally, I wouldn't have missed him. And I've always kind of like... When they first cut to him singing in the movie, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, this is who this is going to be. And like, it just didn't, I don't know. So that was something that I came away from this not liking Star-Lord. What's his actual name?
Chris Pratt?
No, his
Peter Quill.
We're using real name?
Peter Quill.
We're using our made-up names? Sorry.
Peter Quill.
Yeah, his real name, Peter Quill. So yeah, those were two things that off the top of my head that I was like, giant Peter Dinklage, fucking awesome. Peter Quill, get the fuck off my screen. So, carry on. Yeah, I mean, you could respond to that directly if you want to, or we could just start going into some other stuff. You see my point?
Yeah, I see your point, and it kind of makes sense too, because like he kind of fucked everything up.
No, stop. That's what Mike thinks about Chris Pratt. I don't have a problem with Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are Mike's opinions.
So, since we're talking spoilers, I'm trying to think even where to start.
Well, here, I'll get you going. So, so for me, there's things that are confused. I kind of understood it more now after talking to Annie a little bit this morning. So, the reason why after he snaps his fingers or whatever, everybody doesn't go away because he only wants to get rid of like half the population or something, essentially.
So, see, that's the thing. I'm kind of on that too as well. Like, he snapped his fingers and he ends up in this small, like, in the middle of nowhere with young Gamora. And then, like, it comes back to it, and like whatever he did, like, and the gauntlet was damaged, obviously, because you see it. You see the image of the gauntlet. And
half of the population's in planets because he's trying to still retain the resources.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That made sense to me too.
Yeah. So you kind of still need... I mean, you can't do... Well, I guess you can. I mean, if you really wanted to. Well, yeah, I guess that would make sense. Because, yeah, I couldn't figure that part out either.
Okay, so yeah, I was going to look to you to help clarify that, but you let me down. And
I know.
She's the nanny to save the day. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna keep going. So let me, as somebody else that isn't familiar, as somebody who isn't familiar with the background of all this stuff. The other thing is, I was watching this movie. Everyone's talking, oh, it's so emotional and blah blah blah. When they're all disappearing, or disintegrating, or whatever is happening, as I'm watching the movie, I didn't look at that like I had a weird conversation with Bryant after he called me last night after you guys saw the movie. I don't remember why he called me. I think he called me to tell me that he almost shit his pants, which I think So anyways, which is pretty funny. But he says, I can't believe they killed Black Panther. And I'm like, what do you mean they killed Black Panther? It's like, Black Panther died? And he goes, yeah, I mean, when they all disappeared, what did you think was happening? And I stopped and I said, to me, the only people, and I'm still unsure of them even saying this. The only people that actually died in the movie were Loki and Gamora. That was my takeaway. And so Bryant goes, well, what did you think was happening when they were all disappearing like that? And I said, I just thought it was that. I thought they were like getting erased. I didn't think that they just died, you know? And like, he's like, no, they're dead. Like, that's how it is. I'm like, though none of those people are coming back. Like, come on. Are they real? It's like, I'm like, don't they have the, and it's playing off what you're saying, but don't they have the power? Like, isn't it possible for them to come back?
Stone.
So as somebody who doesn't know what's happening, when all those people were disappearing, my question was, well, wait, why aren't they all disappearing? Now that's cleared up. And my other thing was, well, I didn't think they were I just thought they were disappearing. I didn't think they died.
No, yeah, they died.
Okay. But
they're erased, I guess.
But they're not. But they're not. They're actually not dead, though.
No, I mean, technically, no. Like, as far as with like the real deaths we saw, you said, well, you know, it was Gamora and Loki.
Yeah.
But
I still feel like Loki's gonna come back in some weird fucking way.
But the time stone, well, with all the stones, like, you can actually bring people back from the dead.
Right, and like the time stone and like what's the other one? Like there's the
reality
stone.
soul,
Those
mind.
stones seem like they're way too similar because like a time stone and a reality stone, you could essentially change reality, which you could argue could be the same
illusions,
difference.
basically.
Okay, you put it like that, sure. But I mean,
right.
When you call something a reality stone, you could change the reality of what's happening. I almost look at that as being very similar to a time stone. It's like, oh, you just died, but let me change that reality. You know what I mean? But
think of the reality stone as like a hologram.
I get it. I get the reality stone
hologram.
is what turned the guns into like bubble guns or whatever, you know. See, cheesy, you say that, but technically they probably aren't really dead though.
For now, they're dead.
Right, but I know I'm gonna see Nick Fury and fucking Drax and all those people again, like and fucking what's her name, Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking with me. They're dead. They're not. They're not dead.
Technically, yes, they're dead. But the thing is, they will come back because of the stone.
So I'm saying as somebody who didn't know, that's how I took that. I didn't look at any of that and think like, I'm never seeing those guys again. I'm expecting to see all of them again.
Look, I get that too. I felt that too because, like, yes, we have the time stone. But at the same time, it was really, in my opinion, kind of tragic to watch them all just fade away and disappear. And yes, JC Spider-Man, fucking the anguish in his voice and like how he like.
I don't want to. It makes me think of Family Guy, like when they all puke and they don't want to puke anymore. Stu's like, I don't want to. It was totally that.
Yeah, that was.
Everyone's gonna love how I'm taking something that's an emotional scene and equating it to puking and Stewie and Family Guy. I'm sorry, Marvel fans. I love the fucking movie. I already said it.
Like this was their Empire Strikes Back. Like this movie ended on such a down note, and it was amazing. Just like everyone just disappearing. Oh, and then when the credit came out where it says Avengers Infinity War and then just dissolves just like everyone else.
That was awesome.
That was fucking awesome.
Then the other touch was Thanos will return.
Yeah.
It didn't say the Avengers will return. It said
Thanos will return. Yeah.
I was gonna say but technically the core Avengers are all still intact, right? Like
yes.
Iron Man's still there, Captain America, Thor, Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Hulk.
Right, well, same guy.
Scarlett, or
No,
I was
she's
going to
gone.
say Scarlett Johansson. Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow,
Scarlett Johansson.
War Machine.
Which one's War Machine?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
And I think that's it.
Who's that? This is so bad. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. Oh, I'm not going to say it. Who's the other guy?
Falcon.
Thank you.
You racist fuck.
I'm not racist. I was gonna say who's the other guy
Anthony Mackie.
looks like Don Cheadle. Like I couldn't remember his character's name throughout the whole movie. So I'm so bad the whole movie. I was like, who the fuck is Steve Rogers? Oh,
Captain.
I didn't know. I don't like Captain America.
Hurts me. You are hurting me.
I don't like Captain America.
They're saying that it's cheesy. They're saying that those who left are the ones for the next generations. Will be in the Avengers Wave 2 while the rest that stood are on their final movies. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense because I know they haven't really talked about Phase 4 as far as the movie wise, and I think that's like their whole plan because like Yeah, Avengers.
So
Infinity War Part 2, basically.
So we're talking a world without Tony Stark, without Thor, without... Thor's gonna always be there. Thor's a fucking god.
Well...
Thor will always be there. Thor is gonna be there. I don't care what the comics say. Thor will be in Avengers 2.0.
Well, we're just saying for the movie.
Okay.
Because for the movie, like, Chris Evans wants to be done with these movies.
Yeah.
I know.
Good.
I know he wants to. He's kind of like done.
Good.
But
it's
like,
not a knock on him. Captain America is like the most boring.
How can? Oh my god, dude.
So boring.
I never thought like I'd be a Captain America fan, and I'm fucking a Captain America.
Do you like Thor?
I like Thor too.
I fucking love Thor. You want to know what I think is funny about it? I'm sorry. I think this is funny. So Thor was my gateway. So you could argue that I'm biased because of that. But at the same time, you can't fucking deny that whenever they have these movies where they all come together, fucking Thor is the goddamn centerpiece. The movie opened with Loki and Thor. Like,
yeah, it ended right after Ragnarok.
I know, but every time it's critical. He's always a critical role, and I feel like in all these movies, I'm telling you, he's the fucking glue, man. He's the glue that keeps it together. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love Thor in this movie. He was awesome. Fucking Drax interacting with Thor, the way he was describing Thor versus what
like, this is a man.
Star-Lord was.
Dude.
Exactly. It was so fucking good. It was so good.
Yeah, Thor. I know Thor is definitely one of the Avengers that can defeat Thanos. Silver Surfer, I believe, can. Galactus, but these are like all different properties now. But as far as for the Avengers movies, like I think it's gonna be Thor and Captain Marvel who's gonna be like the major players in the second one.
I hope so.
As far as defeating.
To me, Thor keeps getting better. He keeps evolving. And cheesy, like I see what you're saying. I don't necessarily cheesy. Let's see. He's saying Thor: The Ultimate Glow. I feel like he didn't have this moment until this movie in Ragnarok. I'm talking about that. I feel like the story somehow always centers around him. He's always plays a vital part, whether he's the most powerful or not. I feel like he's always a really crucial character. A lot of times even more so than other people. And I don't know. I just always get that vibe off him. I thought he was fantastic in this. Like, he always evolves. I loved his relationship with the bunny, as he like to kept saying. It's fucking great, man. It was fucking great. Teenage Groot.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that he was supposed to be a teenager, that was fucking fantastic. You can't say that about Hulk. Hulk wasn't mad because Hulk didn't fucking appear. Except once, and he got his butt kicked. I will fight you. Because Mark Ruffalo kicks all kinds of ass. I love him as Bruce Banner. He is the best. And no, I get what you're saying, but you can't say Hulk was mad because Hulk wasn't in the movie. He was barely in the movie.
Just in the beginning.
Yeah. He was not. Why? Okay. Do you think Bruce?
Well, Bruce Banner basically played the role of Silver Surfer in the comic books, which he's the one that kind of warned everyone that Thanos was coming. So I can see you can kind of see why Hulk didn't come out because he got his ass fucking handed to him by Thanos.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wants to come out until he knows he's ready.
I was like, God damn it, come on, Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, that fucking bothered me.
Oh, and the line where Loki says, "We have a Hulk," just like Iron Man said, or Tony Stark said to Loki in the first Avengers. I thought that was kind of a nice little plug.
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna fight you, cheesy. Come on. Mark Ruffalo, like, he fucking kills it.
And yes, Rocket Raccoon and Bucky. When Bucky picks up Rocket Raccoon and they both just start shooting at each other. Awesome. That was fucking awesome. I want to see a movie with those two people because I think it'd be funny.
I want to see the Thor and Rocket Raccoon movie.
I would like to see that too.
Fucking amazing. Cheesy, you got to look at it this way though. Like, what else was he gonna do? I mean, Bruce Banner, when he's not the Hulk, is only a man. So I mean, I see you're saying he's the guy that basically yelled, "The British are coming! The British are coming!" But what else is he gonna fucking do? Like, you know what I mean?
It was cool to see.
He played his role perfectly.
See him in the Hulkbuster.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny and ironic that he was controlling the Hulkbuster. Black Panther was fucking amazing. The whole Wakanda scene was awesome.
See, that's all new because I haven't seen Black Panther.
You haven't seen Black Panther, motherfucker. So yeah, that whole Wakanda scene was fucking awesome.
Can I make another statement that might be controversial, maybe not though?
Go for it.
It's nothing where like God. Rick apparently thinks I'm racist, which I fucking
No,
like,
I'm
this
just
is
saying
insane.
go for it.
So, as somebody that hasn't seen Black Panther, but I've heard so many people say Wakanda forever, and stuff. There you go. My first impression of seeing all those people in the movie and stuff, I have to be honest. So hear me out. I was kind of like, when they're showing all those people that are from Black Panther, my thought in my head was like, will you guys stop fucking chanting and just kick some ass? And so, like, that was my thought. I'm just like, like, and so I'm afraid that I'm going to see Black Panther and that's going to annoy me. I'm like, just fucking fight. I don't care about your chanting in unison. Dude, bullshit.
Go watch it. Then.
Do you see what, but you get, like, is it fair? Is that fair? Can you see my point?
I can see it, but maybe I don't agree with it.
I didn't tell you to agree with it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I was kind of, as somebody who hasn't seen Black Panther, I plan to. I'm sure it's a great movie. Fuck you, cheesy. No, it's not. My first thought was like, just fight. I don't need to hear how you guys are chanting in unison. But it's okay.
If you saw Black Panther, you'd understand why.
I know. But I'm just saying now,
because
as someone from the perspective that hasn't seen it and getting exposed to them for the first time, that was my thought.
Yes, watch Black Panther to understand why.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could tell you why, but you gotta watch it.
No.
You just watch it. Just fucking watch it.
I don't even know if it's a matter of understanding. For me, it's just like, okay, I don't need to see the camaraderie. Just go fucking fight.
Which was a great battle scene.
Yeah.
It was a great fucking battle scene.
Question. Battle scene. Sorry, this still goes to that. I'm a little unclear, unless I just blinked and missed something, on how Rocket and Thor, after the axe got made, were just all of a sudden at the battle in Wakanda or whatever.
Oh, because Giant Peter Dinklage said that they could also, like with this, you can also open the Bifrost. That's right.
Thank you. That's right.
How
much ass did Thor kick in this movie?
Thor kicked a lot of ass.
Fucking was awesome in this movie. MVP.
He wanted to pay back from what fucking Thanos
awesome.
did to him.
He was great. Chris Hemsworth was great.
Thor is a god. Don't question anything.
Very true. Very true, cheesy.
Sorry,
I feel like I'm trying.
No.
I'm trying to lead you.
I'm here to answer your questions. So
tell me what you loved. Tell me what you didn't love. If there is anything, tell me what you hated. If there's anything.
The thing that I want to say, I mean, it was just. It's not something that I hated. I just thought like, we know this. You gotta say it. And there's like.
Which part?
The few parts where Doctor Strange tells Tony like, if it's between the Time Stone and you guys, like I will let you die because I want the Time Stone. And then there was Gamora saying, promise me you'll kill me if Thanos gets a hold of me. And then what was the other one? Like everyone had, and then Thor saying like, Thor grabbing to the thing to make the star to make his thing, like you'll die if you do that. There's a lot of like suicide stuff in it, which like.
Well, okay, let me go piece by piece. So.
Like we
the
know
way
this.
Well, what do you mean we know this? What do we know?
Like we know, like the stakes are high, but they keep telling us that the stakes are high.
I feel like that's a little nitpicky. Let me, from the perspective of somebody that isn't as involved as you are with this stuff, or as knowledgeable as you are. The Doctor Strange thing, I just took it as they're trying to establish to the audience, like. Because that was Doctor Strange and Tony Stark meeting for the first time, right? Mm. So, and then same thing with Spider-Man. So he's trying to say, like, look, I don't care about you. I don't owe you anything. When it comes down to it, I'm going to protect what's mine and not look out for you. You guys are just getting in my way. Like, that's how I took it. As simple as that. At the end of the day, he actually did help Iron Man, but clearly he gained some sort of respect for him after being around him more. But it's like, I mean, of course someone's going to say that when they're first meeting for the first time. So that's my response to that. So, I mean, come on.
I guess that's fair enough.
Fair. Your second one,
Gamora.
I mean, I don't have much to say about it. I mean, why would she? I mean, that's how she felt. Like she wants to tell Star-Lord, look, if it comes down to it, don't save me, kill me. I mean, she has to tell him that. And then Thor, you know, like, yeah, Thor is Thor and Thor is a god. I mean, he's gonna be, you know, like, you can't not say anything like, oh, cool, don't worry about it. That thing just is just shut or whatever. Just go stand in it and hold it open and like let the fucking power of the star or whatever like run through you. You'll be fine. Don't even worry. Like they have to say that stuff. They have to.
Yeah, I guess.
Stuff. So I don't think they were. I think that's really nitpicky. I think it's fair.
Like I said, I was gonna say
that's
that.
really nitpicky, but I don't think they're beating you over the head with it. So.
Cheesy also pointed out the Ultimate Spider-Man suit, the Iron Spider suit.
That's pretty dope.
That was fucking awesome.
Dope, right?
That was so cool to see. No,
go ahead.
Well, that costume itself was in the Ultimate universe, and it was just so, like, I don't know. It just, for me, because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, seeing the Iron Spider suit in action like that was just so fucking awesome. Like the way it cradled him when he got like, you know, punched by Thanos, and like the arms were just like holding him as he was like tumbling. I thought that was really awesome.
To protect, yeah, I liked it. I really like that kid as Spider-Man. I don't have much experience with Spider-Man, but I think he does a bang up job. I know you weren't the biggest fan of the movie, right?
Right, but I think he did a really good job as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I think now what sold it in for me was this movie, because like I do like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire, I like him as Peter Parker, but this kid Tom Holland has all of it, and this is the Spider-Man that I watched in the animated series and what I read in the comic books.
Yeah, I like what he brings,
and
to the movies.
Yeah, and it's confirmed for me, like, he's my favorite Spider-Man, which is a hot take for Mike.
What's a hot take?
That this is my all-time favorite Spider-Man.
Okay.
Sorry, Toby.
Cheesy said it's because she knew about the stone, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching while continuing to get ready for work. Appreciate it. Drax was funny as always.
Yeah, Drax was great. Like, I'm moving at an incredibly slow pace. You can't see me.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. He did an awesome job. So another thing that I was a little off. Explain Vision to me, because I don't remember Vision from the other movies unless it's just been way too long.
It was in Age of Ultron.
Okay, that's how much.
Probably why
I don't like Age of Ultron, so I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, he was in Age of Ultron. What powered him was Ultron was making him to put his Ultron wanted to be in that body.
Ah, that's right. He was kind of evil, or was against his will, but he was evil. Okay.
But somehow it managed to be Jarvis / Vision and into that with the Mind Stone. The Mind Stone basically what keeps him alive. And that's why they were trying to extract pieces from the Mind Stone, so they can separate the Mind Stone from Vision, so he wouldn't have to die.
So tell me what you love. Tell me what you. I said what you love.
I thought you had more questions about the Vision.
No, that's it. Explain.
I don't know what else to say, man. Like, I love this movie. I love the quips between. Like, I love Doctor Strange and Iron Man butting heads. I thought that was awesome. I'm glad we saw pretty much. Oh my God, you didn't watch the first Captain America. Red Skull. He was the one who was guarding the Soul Stone. Like that was like I did not expect that at all.
Yeah. We'll get there.
We'll get there for sure. But I did not expect to see the Red Skull again, like ever, and that was amazing. And like just made sense why he would be there, because in Captain America: The First Avenger, like it's him trying to get a hold of the Tesseract and holding the Tesseract in his hand. And apparently that's what made him be stuck in that time or whatever he was at. You know, like that's what made him stuck there.
Yeah.
And, or made him, I guess, the guardian of the Soul Stone, you know? And that was cool. I did not expect that. What else? But yeah, it was just cool to see a movie with so many characters. Like, this movie was basically a comic book come to life. Like, if you were to read the Infinity Gauntlet or the Quest I think Thanos' Quest, I think is what it's called, the comic book. Like it pretty much, or any comic book at all. Like it reads like a major crossover comic book.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this movie. The Russo brothers did fucking amazing in this, and like I'm so excited to see the next movie, just like everyone else.
The movie was pretty perfectly executed. Like to have so many moving parts in all the characters essentially, and for them to nail it, and for it to not feel overkill, and for them to actually like blend it all together seamlessly, they did a really good fucking job. Like I mean, I can't speak high enough about this. The movie is damn near perfect. I mean, there's a few parts where me, as someone who's not a big comic guy, that thinks some of the stuff is a little corny. I think the movie did a good job of having the right amount of humor. Where I thought Age of Ultron was way too much humor, and they kept trying to sprinkle in the one line, like it was not good. This movie was executed so well in terms of all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't say enough.
She said he thought that the stones were acquired too quickly. Thanos acquired the stones a bit too quickly. I get that, like, but like this has to be the setup for the next movie.
Yeah,
so that's why like it's not surprising that he got them all.
I think I might have thought that a little bit too, but at the same time, for me, who's just getting exposed to Thanos, I thought that was their way. Like this dude's supposed to be like the most powerful thing in the fucking universe. Like he shouldn't have trouble getting this stuff. So yeah. Okay. So the next movie is what? It like
after this?
Well, is because I've seen different stuff. I've seen some people say Avengers 4, but I was always under the impression that there's like Infinity War Part 1, Infinity War Part 2.
Technically, that's what they first pointed out when they first announced Avengers Infinity War. There was Part 1 and Part 2, but now they're just kind of like I think it's not going to be called Avengers Infinity War. It might be like Avengers, I don't know.
I almost feel
Defeat Thanos Part. I don't know.
I almost feel like I feel like that would be a mistake because I mean it's pretty clear to me that this movie was separated into parts.
Yeah, but nobody knows the title yet for the next movie, so who knows?
But I almost feel like it should just be
Infinity War Part 2.
War, 2.
See what happens.
Or like the next, I don't know, the next war. I don't know. Yeah. Something that implies that it's like a direct sequel.
I think if you kind of see it like you got Avengers, the first movie, Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Infinity War. Think about like Star Wars, where you got Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like that.
Yeah, I guess.
But it could be Infinity War too.
But like I guess I got like kind of like a Matrix vibe out of it. You know how like the Matrix, like. What is it? Matrix 2 and 3 came out like within months of each other, or like sort of like that, and like it was clear. I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah, you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. So
Ant-Man obviously is going to be happening after all this stuff occurred.
No,
before.
No, Ant-Man and the Wasp is basically taking place after Civil War, but before this.
That's so weird. Why?
And then after that. I don't know.
They shouldn't have scheduled.
And then after that, it's Captain Marvel, which is going to take place in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
And then after Captain Marvel is the last Avengers movie. Or the following Avengers movie to this.
Right.
So.
Captain Marvel comes out in March and this comes out in May. So.
Okay, Cheesy just answered something for me that I've been thinking to look up but never did. Was that the movies were filmed back to back. Okay, so especially now that Marvel has the Sony rights, because look how well Star Wars did. So I guess the movie was filmed back to back. I wasn't sure if that was the case or not, but I kind of feel like they held off on certain scenes, maybe if they acquired the rights from Fox yet, or if they officially signed contracts yet, because I thought maybe they would want to like sprinkle in some other properties that they acquired from Fox, but so if they filmed it back to back, then the movie's probably already in post production. So,
were you expecting Iron Man and Captain America to interact in this one, or did you think they'd save that for part 2?
They're probably gonna save that for part 2.
Well, I know they,
but
ultimately, but throughout this movie, I was kind of waiting for that because they kind of plant the seeds for it in the beginning. Now that it's over, I'm like, all right, they can't blow their wad on so many things right away, so save that for part 2. You know what? Why not?
Yeah.
Like, see, even though I know you could technically say that this movie doesn't stand on its own because it does, but you had to get introduced to all these characters before you got to this movie. But for me, whatever's coming after this movie is going to feel so much like a direct sequel to just that movie. That's why I feel like it should be like Infinity War Part 2, not like Avengers, like penises on the rise. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yeah. So the last credit scene, the end credit scene, post credit scene, we get a shot from Maria Hill and what's his name, Nick Fury, in the car, and it's playing out the part of what's happening right now in Wakanda, and it's happening there on Earth. Well, they're on Earth, but in New York. So they get out of the car because another car almost hit them. Maria Hill goes. She looks, since no one's there. Nick Fury looks at Maria, and she just pretty much dissolves just like everyone else. And then Nick Fury, I think it's something said like Code Red or Red Alpha something, like, which is, I guess, the highest of like alerts of possible. He said something like, "Oh, we're at Code Red something or other." When I see it again, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But he did say something like that.
God, when? You're already at 2.
Got to make it a third one.
It's just competing with you now, cheesy.
Yeah. And then, so then he starts like running away from the car. And then he starts dissolving as he pulls out this contraption-like thing, which it took me the second viewing to figure out what it was exactly.
I just call it a pager.
Well, yeah, see, I didn't think that because it was a modified pager that he pushed a button, he dropped, and it obviously falls out of his hand. He almost said motherfucker. Yeah. Almost said motherfucker, but he didn't.
Which is so appropriate
for yes. But yeah, the thing falls, and then we see the Captain Marvel
I didn't
logo.
Know what that was.
That was Captain Marvel.
I was gonna ask you, and then Brian looked it up. So yeah.
Yeah, that was Captain Marvel's insignia / logo, which was on a '90s altered pager, which I thought was fucking awesome. I didn't notice that the first time. I just thought it was like some kind of device. I wasn't really paying attention to what it actually was.
Is Wong the dude that's with Doctor Strange?
Yes.
That's a good point. He might still be alive.
Oh, that's true. He might still be alive, yeah.
Well, they're all still alive, so it's fine. Yeah, I mean, they are. So, okay, so...
So we're going to get Brie Larson, your girlfriend.
Right.
Other girlfriend.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, why is... What's the story with her? Like, where is she during all this? Like, why are we not getting her till now? Like, why is she hiding?
I don't know. That's the question.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
All right.
Like, we just know we're getting a movie with her origin story.
We'll find out.
And also from what I've also looked up as far as how they're going with this, like, there's... she's going to play Carol Danvers, and apparently she's going to be the first Captain Marvel, because before Carol Danvers, there was someone else called... I think it was Marv Vell.
Oh my god.
And he played Captain Marvel, obviously, and then like...
Was that a dude?
It was a dude, yeah.
Yeah, because Marv
L. And he dies, and then like... I don't know the exact origin, so... Sorry. But
come on, Rick.
He ends up taking... Or she ends up taking the powers of whatever he got bestowed upon onto like her. Because she's like an Air Force pilot, but they're gonna completely get rid of that, and she's gonna be, I think, the main person who takes over, or is the Marvel.
Okay.
They're calling her Captain Marvel, not Ms. Marvel, like in the comic books, which is fine. But it takes place in the '90s. Nick Fury is supposed to be in it. I believe someone else is supposed to be in it too. Can't remember. But we're gonna get Nick Fury with 2 eyes. So we're probably going to find out how he loses an eye.
Cool.
So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I loved it.
So another question, I think I know the answer. So after Thanos does the deal, snaps his fingers,
Yeah.
it shows him in a place where young Gamora is or whatever. Then they cut back to Thor holding him still, saying, "What did you do?" Was that just them trying to show us Thor's perspective? Or was that Thanos actually reversing something for a second?
Bye, Cheesy.
See you later. Thanks for watching.
Um,
Do you get my question?
I get your question. I'm kind of curious about that too.
I was a little thrown. I was like, okay. I'm like, wait. You know.
So I think everything everything disappeared. Like humanity, everything was erased, and he was in that spot. And then
She said at what cost? So you think maybe he rewound something?
I think he went back, and that's why half the population died. I don't know. This is my theory.
Yeah, I feel like that might be wrong. I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
But
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Because sorry,
go.
Because the other way to look at it too, like I said, is maybe they just cut back so we could see what Thor was seeing after, and everyone else what they were seeing after he snapped his fingers.
Well, yeah,
that perspective.
I think the whole point of him snapping the fingers, like it was said a few times in the movie, was to erase all existence. And I think that's what happened. And he kind of realized, like, well, shit, I'm here by myself. You know, now what? So I think he kind of brought it back, but at the cost of, like, half of humanity.
We'll have to look into that and see if that's the case.
That's just my theory on it. I still haven't looked up as far as the meanings and things like that.
Yeah.
Questions I had as well, too. So maybe we'll come back around and talk about it some more. The
movie's fantastic. Absolutely go see it. I can say without a doubt it is the best Marvel movie that they've put out, period. This completely blows away Avengers. Like, it exceeded the first Avengers.
I took spoilers off now.
By far. Yeah, I can't say again. I can't stop thinking about it. I feel the way that I did after seeing Avengers. And I feel even bigger than that. And it sounds like you do too.
Yeah.
It was really fucking good. I was really impressed.
Good. That's why I would go see it again.
Yeah, I would too.